Well, hello everybody. This is Mr. O, and today's lesson is optical line art. Now, this is a project that I started, maybe 20 years ago when I was starting to discover students were treating art like a worksheet. You give them an assignment and they'll spit it right back out at you as quick as they can. So I came across this lesson, and so I would teach optical art, examples of artists who did stuff with optics that affect the way things look. And if this is done right, it would actually make your eyes go fuzzy or give a shimmer, especially when you put a bunch of students work together. Now, when students work, they would do it on a 12 by 18 sheet of paper, and that's probably not something you have at home. But let's look at some examples, and I will show you exactly what we're going to learn today. As you can see, this was much different than the first example, and keep that in mind. Please don't do exactly what I'm doing. Make it your own. I have a smaller piece of paper and a regular 9 by 12 sheet of drawing paper. This can be done on copy paper. I do have a pencil. I have a Sharpie fine point marker, or you can use a regular marker, skinny marker. And then I have a ultra fine point Sharpie for those people who are very meticulous and like to keep their lines as close together as possible, that don't mind taking a lot more time. This is what you would want to use. I'm going to just use these two items for this lesson. And when I first introduced this, if you're not used to just drawing under control and with patience, this is a lot of this has to do with patience. I'm stuttering over my words, and I apologize for that. So I'm going to take this little piece of paper, and I'm going to make a curved line, just basically down the middle. It's not perfect. Don't worry about being perfect. And I'm just going to practice in pencil first. This paper will have nothing to do with marker. And I would like you to notice where I'm working. See how I'm leaving marks behind it? Make sure you have a paper behind. It will help you out. And all I'm doing is curve controlled lines. I'm going to get as close as I can without touching. You know, are there a few lines I can get a little closer? Yeah, but I don't worry about that. It kind of creates a nice effect. And I just keep doing these lines. And I would probably practice on this half sheet until I get it done, until I get the rhythm of doing it. And then I would move on to my vinyl paper. So I would do the same thing, but this time I would go purely with the marker. And I usually use black. You can use color. Don't let my example limit you. Experiment and be your own artist there. I'm going to move the paper this way so you can just see me work. And the same thing, I will control the curve as close as I can without touching. And I don't mind meeting. What makes the marker, especially Sharpie, so nice is they kind of bleed a little bit, and I use the bleed to my advantage. Now, I've noticed some teachers and some projects do something very similar, and they would make shapes, and there's a lot more pattern. I'm going to ask you for the moment, if you've never done anything like this before, skip that. Just do the lines. Just do the repetitive lines. And I think what it will do, it will help you kind of create patience. not rush things. I've seen so many artists who think art is done in 15 minutes. I know a lot of adults who think they'll ask you to draw something real quick, and it doesn't work that way, does it? It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of planning. And I have found, and students have found after they kind of done this project, they kind of doodle during class when their mind's starting to go a little numb to kind of spark their interest. They'll doodle these lines. And you can do a lot of things with this. The reason you don't want to do straight lines, if you get that shimmer, the straight line will, the shimmer will actually bounce off the straight line. It'll break up the illusion. But if you happen to put a straight line on accident, all you have to do is be creative and put a curve back into it. And I would do that on the other side, and I will see it there, but most people won't see it there. And let's see, maybe I'm going to put some curves here and see if I can do something with them, because I cannot tell you enough. When you're home alone or you're just kind of doing your own thing, you forget, you guys are not alone and you're loved, especially by your parents, by your grandparents, by your friends, even on the days where it feels like your family doesn't like you or your friends, you don't have any. Trust me, you do. And just find your happiness. What do you think? Oh, let's do this. Then I'll let you guys go. Do a little heart. I'll repeat the heart. I've never done that before. Hope you guys like this. You guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you next video. Bye-bye.